It was a crisp winter evening at Mar-a-Lago, the Trump family's sprawling Florida estate. The grand ballroom shimmered under the light of crystal chandeliers, where a charity gala was in full swing. Guests in their finest attire mingled, sipping champagne and bidding on luxurious auction items to support various philanthropic causes. Among the glittering crowd, Melania Trump was the epitome of elegance, wearing a dazzling navy blue evening gown paired with a diamond necklace that reflected every beam of light in the room. The necklace, a family heirloom gifted to Melania by Donald during their early years of marriage, was the centerpiece of her ensemble. Its value was immeasurable, both monetarily and sentimentally. The guests couldn't help but admire it, whispering about the craftsmanship and the rarity of its stones. As the evening unfolded, Melania excused herself briefly to freshen up. When she returned, her calm demeanor had shifted. Her necklace, her prized possession, was gone. Her hand instinctively touched her bare neck, and her eyes darted around, scanning the room. "Donald," she whispered to her husband, pulling him aside. "My necklace is missing." Donald Trump's face turned a shade darker. "What do you mean, missing? It's probably in your bag, or maybe it fell off." "Relax, Melania," he said, his tone attempting to be reassuring but tinged with concern. Melania shook her head, her voice firm. "No, Donald. It was around my neck when I left the ballroom. It's not in my bag. It's gone." Donald, sensing the gravity of the situation, signaled for security. Within moments, the estate's head of security, Mr. Graves, arrived, along with several guards. "We have a situation," Donald explained curtly, gesturing toward Melania. "Her necklace is missing." Graves nodded and immediately set the plan in motion. The staff discreetly informed the guests that the estate was temporarily on lockdown due to a minor security issue. No one would be allowed to leave until the matter was resolved. The search began. Hours passed, and still, there was no sign of the necklace. Melania, feeling the weight of everyone's eyes on her, retreated to a private lounge. Donald stayed behind, his frustration mounting. He approached Graves. "You've got every resource you need," he said, his voice low but firm. "So why don't we have answers?" "We're doing everything we can, Mr. Trump," Graves replied. "But whoever took the necklace is either very skilled or very lucky." At that moment, a young housekeeper named Clara approached. She was timid, her hands fidgeting nervously. "Mr. Graves," she said quietly. "I think I saw something earlier." Graves turned to her, his eyes narrowing. "What did you see?" Clara hesitated before speaking. "I was cleaning the lounge upstairs before the event started, and I saw someone acting strange. They were near the jewelry box Mrs. Trump sometimes uses." Graves leaned closer. "Who was it?" "It was Eric," Clara whispered. Eric Trump, Donald's second son, had been seen mingling with guests earlier in the evening, but his absence during the search hadn't gone unnoticed. When Graves informed Donald of Clara's observation, the former president's face hardened. "Eric wouldn't steal from his own family," he said dismissively. "That's absurd." But Graves insisted. "With all due respect, sir, we need to question everyone, even family." Reluctantly, Donald agreed. Eric was located in one of the estate's lounges, sipping whiskey and scrolling through his phone. When Graves approached, Eric raised an eyebrow. "What's this about?" "Eric, we need to ask you a few questions," Graves said carefully. "Where were you earlier this evening?" Eric laughed, a short, sharp sound. "Are you serious? You think I took Melania's necklace?" "It's just a routine inquiry," Graves replied. "We're talking to everyone." Eric's expression darkened. "I was with guests all night. Ask anyone. I didn't touch the damn necklace." As the questioning continued, another lead emerged. One of the waiters recalled seeing a guest, a man in his 50s wearing a dark suit, lingering near the coat check area. "He seemed nervous," the waiter said. "Kept looking around, like he didn't want to be seen." Graves immediately reviewed the footage near the coat check. Sure enough, the cameras showed the man slipping into the room and re-emerging moments later with a small object in his hand. Graves froze the frame and zoomed in. The man was holding something shiny, something that looked suspiciously like Melania's necklace. The man was identified as James Weller, a prominent businessman and longtime associate of the Trump family. When confronted, Weller appeared startled. "This is outrageous," he exclaimed. "I didn't take anything." But when the guards searched his coat pocket, they found the necklace tucked inside. The ballroom erupted into gasps and murmurs as the news spread. Melania, now back in the room, stared at Weller in disbelief. "Why?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Weller's face turned red. "It's not what it looks like," he stammered. "I saw the necklace lying on the floor, near the powder room. I picked it up to return it, but I panicked. I didn't want anyone to think I'd stolen it." Donald stepped forward, his gaze icy. "So instead of returning it, you decided to hide it in your pocket?" Weller began, but he had no answer. Graves intervened, escorting Weller out of the room. "We'll handle this, Mr. Trump," he assured the family. As the dust settled, Melania's necklace was returned to her, and the guests were finally allowed to leave. But the evening's events left a lasting impression. The Trumps, known for their larger-than-life persona, had experienced a scandal that, for once, wasn't of their own making. And James Weller? His reputation was left in tatters. Though he claimed innocence, the incident became a source of gossip among the elite for weeks to come. As for Melania, she vowed never to wear the necklace to another event, keeping it locked away in the estate's safe, a reminder of a night when trust was broken and the culprit's identity left everyone speechless.